Hi there, my name is Tom and I am a marine biologist. For the past year, I have been living on Mount Tamborine, Australia, which is where I worked as a tour guide showing people glowworms. Now, I have now left the country, but before I left, I wanted to get one last good photograph of these glowworms living in the wild. Now, to do this, I had to wait a pretty long time for the dark. So whilst I waited, I looked for all the other animals I could find, which is what this video is about. And actually, a few of these creatures also have learned how to glow in the dark. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. The most abundant animal living in the rainforest is known as the eastern water dragon. These reptiles can reach almost 1 meter in length, with most of that size being kept in their tail. Their confidence grows with age, with juveniles usually seeking cover away from dangerous predatory birds. This sunbathing individual is a male. You can sex him from his large warmly coloured jaws, which is a trait that the females won't possess. When they are not warming their bodies, they can usually be found swimming across streams. Glowworms also have to live in wet environments, so in this rainforest, the two species will be living alongside each other, although it is unlikely they're going to interact very often. The stream is crucial to the survival of the dragons. The predators they worry about usually will come from the skies, so when threatened, the dragons can use their powerful tails to dive for up to 30 minutes. Despite their dragon name suggests, for the most part they are peaceful creatures. With no predators around, the dragons may be out foraging for food. As omnivores, they are capable of eating most things, usually chomping down on whatever can fit in their mouths. Their aggression only really appears between larger males who are competing for territory. In fact, sometimes amongst these largest dragons, they have been known when hungry to consume juveniles of their own kind. That might explain why this young female is hiding in a tree. With the sun dimming, it was time to find some glowworms. I settled on this fallen tree to photograph them, which is close to a flowing stream. On inspection, I noticed several of the glowworms living amongst the roots, so I set up my camera here ready to photograph them once it was dark enough. Whilst waiting for the night to begin, I continued exploring, this time looking at the treetops for more wildlife. This sleepy bird is called a tawny frogmouth. These nocturnal birds have a similar diet and way of life to owls. This causes the two often to be mistaken for each other. When searching for a spot to build their nests, the tawny frogmouth usually will select a tree that matches their own coloration. This way they can mimic the appearance of the branches, and it will help them sleep through the day undisturbed. Though they have gained a reputation for building rather shoddy nests, with their own chicks sometimes falling out of them. Also sleeping is this flying fox, a species of bat which is amongst the largest in the world. Despite common belief, flying foxes have incredible eyesight, and they can even reach a kilo in weight. A group of flying foxes is called a campsite. They usually form these campsites close to streams, as it will help them find their home again once the night is over. These bats are starting to wake up and preparing for their busy night ahead. With all the commotion, I felt it was time to return to the glowworms and see if they're ready to make their light.
this late hour, even the sleepy frogmouth decided it was time to wake up. Under the darkness of night, I was able to take my photograph, and I was ready to make my way home. The forest canopy made the walk home incredibly dark, but I was able to see a few remaining fireflies flashing away in the distance. Although filming them proved to be quite challenging, I did manage to catch this photo of them a few months ago. I took this when they were more in season. I actually bumped into another photographer when I took this shot. He had proposed to his wife here a few years ago and been returning every year to photo the fireflies since. Also on the path were these ghost mushrooms. They're only a couple centimeters wide and they look radioactive, but I think they're a really cool find. And they weren't something I even knew existed. And finally, this is how the glowworms photo came out. Overall, I am pretty happy with it. Although it's quite dark, I like how the blue light of the glowworms contrasts against the roots. And there was a lot more glowworms here than I'd first expected.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to see what I find next time.